yogis, my name's Olivia. Today we're going to be going over sun salutations. So sun salutations are an integral part of Vinyasa flow. Vinyasa flow is kind of the practice that I use in my yoga teaching, but you'll find sun salutations useful for prepping for a run, just getting some energy flowing through the body, maybe as a start to your morning. So let's get started. Find a comfy position. We're going to start today in child's pose. So bring those big toes to touch. Knees are maybe about the width of the mat. From here, keeping the butt towards the heels, we're going to walk the hands forward, drawing the forehead to the mat. And as we start this yoga practice and any yoga practice, we're really tuning into our breath, trying to find long inhales and exhales through the nose, and matching breath to movement. So throughout the practice today, I will encourage you to inhale and exhale at particular times. It's not always going to be perfect, but that's why we're here. We're here to practice matching breath to movement. So here in child's pose, really encouraging those hips to open up, forehead to kind of melt into the floor, fingertips to stay really nice and active. Big inhales through the nose, exhales through the nose. And when you're ready, we're going to come up to tabletop position, hands and knees. So we're going to bring those hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips. They should be evenly split, kind of like you're on railroad tracks. And we're going to start our practice with some cat-cow. So when you're ready, we're going to take a big inhale. We're going to draw the crown of the head up, tailbone up, drop the belly button towards the floor. And then exhale, round the tailbone, belly button to spine, chin to chest. Good. Inhale, draw those shoulder blades together. Try to get every vertebrae involved. Exhale, round. Good. A few more just like this. Inhaling as we arch, lifting the crown of the head, lifting the tailbone. Exhaling as we round. Two more. Inhale, lift, arch, and exhale, round. Last time. Inhale, arch, exhale, round. Awesome. We're going to take what's called spinal balance or bird dog. So when you're ready, we're going to bring that left hand forward, trying to bring the bicep all the way to the ear, and the right foot backwards, toes pointed down. From here, try to find a neutral pelvis, so both hips are kind of evenly facing the floor. And as you exhale, we're going to try to tap elbow to knee right underneath the belly button. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Three more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale, really squeezing, trying to feel those abs working here, butt working here. Good. Bring those feet and the knee and the hands back to parallel. And we're going to take the same sequence on the other side. So when you're ready, reach that right arm forward, left leg backwards. Try to find neutral pelvis. And exhale, tap that elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Two more. Awesome. Coming back to tabletop position, we're going to take our first downward facing dog. So tuck all 10 toes. Send the butt up towards the ceiling. Keep a soft bend to both of those knees. then maybe looking back towards your belly button. You guys are welcome to find some movement here, maybe kind of pedaling those feet, drawing the heels to the floor, maybe even swaying the hips side to side, whatever feels good for your body. And then for the head, we want it to really kind of hang heavy, so maybe nodding yes and no, kind of shaking out that head. Okay, from here we're going to look towards the front of the mat and start to walk the feet to meet the hands, keeping those knees nice and bent. Once you're there, take a big exhale, let the knees bend as you just kind of ragdoll forward, maybe bringing the torso over the front of those thighs, and just let it all hang heavy. From here, we're going to push the hands into the shins and try to straighten that spine, looking forward, keeping one line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Halfway lift. We're going to exhale back into that forward fold, ragdoll, and we're going to rise up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Curling up, the head should be the last thing to lift. And here we are in mountain. On your next inhale, lift those arms up overhead, tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome. Inhale, bend the knees, reach those hands up towards the sky, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold, ragdoll again. Bend the knees as generously as you need. Inhale, halfway lift, push the hands into the front of the shins. Keep a neutral spine as you straighten it. Exhale, forward fold. This time we're going to plant the hands, so about shoulder distance apart, and step back 1 foot at a time into tall plank. So from tall plank, we're trying to kind of push the heels backwards, shine the crown of the head forward, and breathe, trying to keep normal respiration here. We're going to take our first vinyasa from the knees. So go ahead and bring those knees to the floor. We're going to keep the elbows pinned to the sides of the torso, to the ribs, as we lower our chest to the floor. This is called chaturanga. Once you have that chest all the way to the floor, go ahead, untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet into the floor, maybe about hip distance apart. Hands are right under the shoulders, and we're going to really gently peel that chest up off the ground, keeping the elbows pinned to the sides. Try to draw the shoulder heads back and down the spine so they're not coming forward this way, but really opening up through the chest. Good. Exhale, come all the way back down onto that chest. We're going to tuck the toes and push up through plank position and down, back into down dog. So go ahead and push up through plank. Feel free to keep the knees on the ground there if you need to. And then push back into downward facing dog. Just check in with the hands, make sure they're about shoulder distance apart, feet hip distance apart, and take one full breath here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Look towards the front of your mat. We're going to step right foot towards the hands, left foot towards the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees generously, rise up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. So we're getting into our sun salutations. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the hands, step, walk, or float into plank position. This time we're taking our chaturanga from this position, so we're not going to be dropping to the knees. So maybe shifting forward, keep those elbows pinned to the sides. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, press into the top of the feet, upward facing dog. Exhale, Downward facing dog. You're doing great. One full breath cycle here. Look towards the front of your hands. Step, walk, or float to forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, rise up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe the knees are staying a little bit straighter here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step, walker, float, plank position. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And one full breath cycle here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. We're gonna add on to this practice. So on your next inhale, we're gonna lift that right leg high. This is called three-legged dog. Try to keep those hips even, toes pointed down. And we're gonna shift forward, draw the knee to the nose, and step that right foot forward into a low lunge. Looking down towards the right big toe, we're gonna lift the arms up overhead, stack the head right over the spine, sink deeply. This is called crescent lunge. Awesome. Exhale those hands back to the mat, step back, tall plank. We're all gonna meet in downward facing dog. You're welcome to flow or skip this if your arms are getting tired. Those of you who are doing it, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. One breath here. We're gonna take that same sequence on the left. So when you're ready, inhale, lift that left leg high. Keep the hips even, toes pointed down. Shift forward, knee to nose. Step that left foot all the way between the hands, low lunge. Here in low lunge, as we start to deepen our practice, we're gonna try to keep the hips even. So even here, think about pushing that left hip back, pulling the right hip forward. We're gonna rise up, crescent lunge. Lift those hands up overhead. Keep the shoulders down and away from the ears, sink deeply. Good. Bring those fingertips back to the floor, step back, tall plank. One breath here in tall plank. And then we're gonna come onto the knees. Awesome. From here, bring the big toes to touch. Sit the butt back toward the heels, child's pose. Let's take 3 breaths here in child's pose. And walk those hands back to the knees. Find crisscross applesauce, some kind of seated posture. If you're familiar with lotus, you're welcome to take lotus. I'm just gonna take crisscross applesauce. We're gonna finish our practice seated here with a couple of twists. So on your next inhale, lift those arms up overhead. We're gonna exhale, draw the left hand to the right knee. Set that right hand back behind you and maybe peek over your right shoulder, giving that spine a gentle twist. Find your breath. On your next inhale, we're gonna come out of this twist, lift those arms up overhead. This time, right hand to left knee. Set that left hand back behind you, shoulders away from the ears. Maybe gently pressing into that left knee as you look back over your left shoulder. Awesome. Let's come out of this twist and walk the hands forward. And taking one more forward fold here. Drawing that forehead towards the earth. Maybe feeling a gentle pull through the hips. Walk those hands back towards the ankles. Sit up really tall, maybe resting the hands on the knees. Feel free to close your eyes here. And just feeling this new energy circulating through your body, moving up through your tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And today you learned sun salutations, so you can carry this with you as you continue to practice yoga or maybe working it into your daily mobility routine. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in class.